Hey, I'm Oliver. It's been a long while since I've sat down and done a full video. Had it been a combination of lazy and busy for the past bit, since it was A, the end of the school year, and B, I had a lot of animation projects to do for said school year. I did post my short film last month, and I also had done a animated music video, which I'm not really sure if I can post here just because the copyrighted music. Anyways, let's move on to the actual video content, that being my music taste turned into characters. The prompt of this video was decided by my Discord through a poll, so make sure to join if you want to pick out future videos. For this video, I did 4 different songs. With that, I went through my playlist and hit shuffle to get a fun and random way of getting the songs. The first one you see was Tear in My Heart by 21 Pilots. I think this song was one that I struggled the most on, just figuring out what was happening. I don't really listen to a lot of 21 Pilots, and this song I've listened to just because of the TikTok trend like years back. My design rules for this video was to mainly be inspired by the lyrics of the song, along with the colors and more inspiration coming from the actual album cover. So for this song, I wanted to maintain the sort of lovey-dovey romance context, including hearts and like all that stuff throughout the entire piece, from the little charms on her bracelets and shoes, patterns on her top and shorts, and even her lip shape. I also tried taking Korean fashion into consideration because of the Korean spoken at the beginning of the song. Something I don't really got through in the end, which I kind of wish I did, with the glasses. I added some of the patterns on the cover art to the lenses of her glasses, like those little circles, but they were not as clear as I wanted to be. I also wish I just pushed the glasses as a whole, like maybe adding different shapes and clearer patterns and colors, like one being a circle, one being a square, something like that. This is how she turned out. You can definitely tell that she was the first that I made. So, the next song is going to be To Binge by Gorillaz. For those who didn't know, I absolutely love Gorillaz. I do have currently like 7 band tees, 2 vinyls, and they've been my top artists on Spotify Wrapped for the past 2 years. They have not budged a singular bit. This song actually making 2nd place on my entire song Wrapped for 2024. I love the fact they include really important messages in their songs, and I love the whole storyline with their characters. Including the theme of favorites, this character is arguably my favorite from this entire video. Her colors just really tickle my brain. I think they're so cohesive. The entirety of Plastic Beach, the album, is very focused on mental health and the pollution of the earth. This song is specifically about depression, and I've heard things around about addiction as well. I wanted to symbolize the feelings of the song by making her pretty technical and robotic, and making sure to include oil spilling out of the creases in the machinery, along with her eyes as in tears. I love how it really turned out. The entire process of drawing her was really fun. You can see me struggle on her hair a little bit during the sketching process. I wanted to originally have her wear a jellyfish haircut, but there are reasons behind that choice, but it just did not suit the rest of the character. So it is what it is now. I also tried taking notes from retrofuturism. Really don't know why I did this, other than seeing some of the inspiration in the architecture and the design of the actual album cover. The shapes heavily remind me of some of the retrofuturism pieces that I used on my mood boards and everything. So I just wanted to kind of inch them in there. I am in love with how she turned out, and I hope that you feel the same way. The third song is another one that I really like. I'm not as into the Backseat Lovers as I am into Gorillaz, however this entire album is really good, and that of course is KILBY Girl. I wanted to include a Y2K alternative fashion vibe to her. You'll notice in this video there are no male characters, and that's just because none of the songs really stood out to me enough to have a male OC source from them. I've been listening to the Backseat Lovers for a while, and I think since around 2022 I discovered them, and it was either with KILBY Girl or Daily Crochet that got me into their music. When We Were Friends is a really good album in its entirety, so I definitely recommend it. Yeah. The song describes this girl a decent bit. She's 19, she owns a fake ID, wears a nose ring, smokes, and she's a bit mysterious. Taking this all into consideration and including the album cover to give this middle of the woods vibes, I came up with what I did. I've been wanting to draw characters with skunk hair forever. Why did I say it like that? Anyways, it's such a cool style, and I think it turned out really well in her in the piece itself. Her necklace was also, it took some inspiration from the bike on the album cover. I thought it would be a nice touch to bring it all back. I think she turned out pretty good. Finally, you know, we have the Smiths. I really love the Smiths a great deal. And what a popular song Spotify chose for me to make into a character. There's a Light That Never Goes Out, the classic song about getting hit by a double-decker bus, has not only an extremely long title, but also is just a really good song. I wanted to have the 80s inspiration come through while still making her a little bit modern. I loved drawing her hair and the outfit. I drew inspiration from a couple of 80s celebrities and just the downtown girl aesthetic that was going around a couple months ago. Fun fact, I have the Queen is Dead album on vinyl, along with, I think it's called Hatful Hollow. I've always thought it was Hateful Hollow, but there's no E in Hatful. So if you know how to pronounce that, let me know. The Smiths have been really inspiring for the past couple of years. Their music gives me a real summery vibe. Last year I almost listened to only the Smiths, and they made like second on my Spotify Wrapped for 2024. For the character, she was really fun to make. I think she came off as the most natural. Legitimately, the only thing I don't like about her design is the colors. They're much warmer than the cooler tone of the album. And this is the final girl we designed. I hope you like her. This challenge was really fun, and I'm really happy to be back, and I'm hoping to be more consistent. As of late, I've been developing a story. Would you guys be interested in seeing the process and like learning more about it? Let me know in the comments, because, you know, that could be a little bit more of a way for me to be consistent with YouTube and also be consistent with the art itself. Also, in my Discord, we've started a monthly art prompt. This month was Clown, and the winner of this month was Aaron. Thank you to everyone who participated. The new prompt of the month is Dragon. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Have a wonderful day or night. Bye-bye!